Hey, so this is part 2 to the seeds that I have and what I just bought for my first purchase for 2025 from My Gardener. We're gonna just hop, skip, jump right into it. If you didn't see that video first, go back and watch it. It's a longer one, okay? It's a longer one. Most of my videos are longer ones if they're not, obviously, the 60 seconds little clips. So grab a drink, grab a snack. I have here homemade cookie. I used less flour so that they could be flatter and have a crunch to them. Super good. So in the last video I talked about peppers, eggplants, peas, beans, pumpkins, squashes. Now I have two things to talk about today in this video. One of them is tomatoes. The other one, real quick, I did grow like green, like thyme, basil, and mint. They were all great. Love them all. My thyme is actually still thriving somehow, even though we had a light frost. Thyme seems indestructible. I went and ordered holy basil and lemon balm. Holy basil because I've had some holy basil tea. I loved it, and I think it would be financially make sense, more sense for me to just grow my own. Obviously, I'll still purchase from, whatever, but it'd be great to grow my own, dry my own, and gift and give just, like to family and friends for them to drink it too, because holy basil has a lot of good things, good properties about them. Now you can just drink I did drink the holy basil without any sweeteners, and it was just fine. But it's also just fine to put a little honey in it too, guys. And I think there's a little fly in here, and I'm gonna get it anyway. Slightly peppery and clove-like flavor, known for its adaptogenic properties. It's used to reduce stress, boost immunity, and promote overall well-being, making it a valuable addition to any herb garden. Holy basil grows much like traditional basil varieties, but does not bush as much. So I got that. And the lemon balm, I had some lemon balm. It was good. That's also has some good properties to it. Yeah. Let's... Oh, and one more thing. I didn't talk about when I was talking about beans. My beans and peas, I forgot I did order garbanzo bean seeds, which is just chickpeas. I ordered them. They don't look as yellow as chickpeas as I'm used to, but I'm super excited to attempt to grow those because I love chickpeas. I love hummus. I love chickpeas. I love hummus. So I want to grow a couple of them myself. Let's get into these tomatoes. Guys, I ordered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them were tomato seeds. It is what it is. So let's go through real quick what I have here in my collection already. I'm gonna do the ones that I have opened first, and then I will get into the ones I purchased this for 2024, but with the idea of growing them in 2025. That's sealed. Well, yeah, technically sealed. Okay. The Roma tomato. This is prolific. There's not much to talk about this. This is just the organics from Burpee. They're great. Renee's Gardens heirloom container chocolate tomato. These are the small ones. I'm going to try this again. Renee's Garden was one of the first, if not the first, seeds that I purchased. And so I made a lot of errors in the beginning. So I think I had only a couple of, if I got any of these, only a couple. And that has a lot more to deal with me than Renee's Garden, I feel like. So I'm going to try that again. The Sun Gold Hybrid Tomato. This look of something prolific. I will be growing this each and every single year. I need to I probably no, there's enough seeds in here I can grow next year, but I will be probably growing this every year for forever. Mountain Gold Tomato. This is this was not too shabby. So that was The thing about this one is, at least the tomato I think was this, is I planted these so late, a lot of these so late, that they're green on the vine, and we had a frost and my little tarp thing flew off, and so the frost hit it. So I'm gonna have to harvest them green. I'm not sure if they're gonna turn red or not. I don't know. I am pissed about the Amana tomato because I planted this super late, but they grew like it it was huge, and the tomatoes on there are lovely and so cool looking, and they're some of those these are also just green. I am definitely planting this next year earlier on because I think I'm just gonna be a tomato lady. I'm gonna be handing out tomatoes in mass. Yeah, because I'm gonna be growing a lot of tomatoes galore. Here's the subarctic plenty tomato. I grew this also grew fairly well. I don't know what of these was there. The thing is, most of my tomatoes, except for the chocolate one, so the only one I can say for really certain didn't grow too well was the chocolate tomato, but the rest of my tomatoes, I was harvesting quite a bit of tomatoes, but I planted my tomatoes so late, and I still harvested a lot. So I think next year I'm going to plant 2 flushes of tomatoes. These were, I think this like rainbow mix is cool, but if you end up loving something, okay, you don't know what the heck it is because this is just a mix. But I was just I have like so many different looking tomatoes. It was just cool, but also like, what is this? And as someone who's trying to learn what she's growing and get better at growing certain things, and you're like, oh, this works better in my climate. This got ransacked by bugs and didn't do too well, and this one, you know what I mean? That a rainbow mix of anything is kind of something I'm steering away from, but it is cool if you don't care and you're just like, I just want to grow something. The thing is, it looks like they have a green tomato in there. I didn't get any of that particular, at least, I mean, there's still seeds in here, but I don't think I have any of that. And the problem with green tomatoes, and which is why I haven't specifically bought a green tomato yet, is trying to figure out how that thing gets ripe would be very confusing because tomatoes take a hot minute to actually start ripening. Once they start ripening, though, the process is quite quick after that. But to get to the ripening process is a long time. I think they would accidentally start rotting on the vine because I didn't know any better. I did package some tomatoes on my seeds of my own. The big heirloom tomato. Like, I didn't know the varieties because I got them from my farmer's market. And I like the taste of. I sliced into that one and into 3 tomatoes. And because Jess from Roots and Refuge told me to. She put a little flaky salt on there and bit into it. I had a moment. I had a real moment, and I know this sounds really dramatic, but they were so good, and so I had to save the seeds of them. So I've got 40 in here. I just put regular slicing tomato on this one, 50 in here. And then this one, I like the taste of it, and 2, I like the look of it. This is the heirloom tomato, purple and red. I hope I dried those out enough, and I hope they really sprout next year. I have here Haas's Sun Sugar Tomato. I'm super excited for this because I have a tomato I grew this year that looks close to this, which was, I believe, the Sun Gold Hybrid Tomato. They are delicious. Me and one of my kids are eating these things off the vine. They are sweet. They're not like you took a spoonful of sugar, okay? Let's be freaking for real for a second. They taste like tomato, but they are sweet. It's insane, and I think this is along the lines of that, so I'm super excited to grow this. Brandywine Black Tomato. Do I need to say anything? Look how cool that is. We're going to keep moving from this, but I'm excited for this one. Early Girl Hybrid Tomato. I bought these because they have a quick, rapid turnaround time. You got 2 months. Within 2 months, you're potentially starting to harvest. These are cool. I like that they're super yellow. The Champagne Bubbles. I'm excited for the Oxheart. The orange Oxheart tomato, just for the look of it. They're supposed to be very disease resistant, so that's cool. I did have an issue in the beginning of like end blossom from my Roma tomatoes. When I tell you, that pissed me off, but I was able to fix it, so that's cool. The Red Robin tomato, this also has a quick turnabout time of 2 months. Let's talk about these next 3 tomatoes. The next order, so I have my garden order we'll talk about in a minute after I talk about these, but I am right now researching Rare Seeds for some of their tomatoes and stuff like that. Ew, not me spitting, sorry. To, not their tomatoes, some of their peppers, excuse me, to purchase. And I think Rare Seed is one. I love the bags that they come in. I also think that they're very detailed. The pictures are immaculate. I like the cartoon pictures. I do have some seeds that have like the cartoon pictures, but I also really like, there's something to both of them because I like the real look that you're literally looking at what you're gonna get. This is the tomato black strawberry. This is a cherry tomato. This has a 60 days, literally 2 months, so you're probably not gonna be able to harvest for about 70 days because they're cherry, so they ripen fast too. These are marbled blue and red. I'll take 15 of them right now. And there is 10 seeds in here. I'm super excited. This says packed for 2025. I bought this a while ago. It'll be fine though. I'm super excited. I'm super excited for these. These are freaking gorgeous. I'll take 15 of these right now. I hope I really love the taste of this. I haven't really, outside of that one purple and red tomato, they just don't sell a ton in my area of these type of colors tomatoes, so I want to grow them myself, and I like the taste of it because I have to go and eat umami by itself to really tell you it has an umami taste, but it just has a deeper taste. It's phenomenal. My orangey looking tomatoes have like a citrusy sweet taste. The red tomatoes have like a regular like, it's so cool. Tomatoes are fascinating. Tomatoes are fascinating. Lord, first world problem. I hope I never have an issue with tomatoes ever because they're amazing. Tomato, we have the brown sugar tomato. I thought that was cool. They put that with actual brown sugar. I'd be interested to eat some tomatoes with a little brown sugar on it and see what I think. This is a Russian heirloom. Yes, so supposedly has a smoky, complex flavor. This is a gourmet tomato, just perfect for snacking, slicing, cooked dishes, and sauces. Yes, ma'am. I'm excited to try this. This also says packed for 2025. First of all, the name of the tomato is Queen of Night. I automatically purchased just off of the name alone. Second of all, look at the tomato. This is like mid-season type of tomato. It says 80 to 90 days, and I'll wait. That's why I also purchased these, because they're 60 days. So I can be harvesting something that has the blackish, bluish type of look to it, and then start to harvest these after. Brush strokes of indigo on its shoulders. Cut into the round fruit to reveal a stunning vermilion color. Plants are indeterminate, compact, and reach 5 to 5.5 feet on average, with blue-tinged regular leaf foliage. And this is telling you to start 6 to 10 weeks before last frost. So I live in Jersey, so let's just take a quick look on when the average last. I feel like it's probably in April. No, I'm kidding. It's in March, actually. Let's see. I feel like it's probably in a last frost. And then mid-April to early May. I feel like it's in March sometimes. I was right the first time. So April. Last frost date, mid-April. So you're looking at what? February. You gotta plant these. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to put it out for your before, to start growing it and stuff. So can come on real quick. And this is also packed for 2025. Super excited for these. Love them. So yeah, those are what I have. I also ordered the 42-day tomato. We will see. I will be clocking her, because that's under, like, That is slightly above 1 month. That is an insane tomato period. And I wanted to hop on that because when I went to go buy it in 2 separate times, it was nowhere to be found. And I feel like that's probably the fastest growing tomato I've seen. And then they have the Ace 55 tomato, which is also very quick and rapid. Those are both red tomatoes. So the other thing I went and purchased was the Cherry Falls cherry tomato. I don't remember hearing a ton about this at all, maybe, but I think I ordered it just literally for me alone. This is a cherry tomato. It looks like a super small compact plant, good for containers, hanging baskets. Sweet juicy cherry tomatoes that ripen to a vibrant red. 55 to 65 days, making it an early season favorite. Fresh eating, salads and snacking. So I feel like I purchased this just for the fact that I want a good amount of different tomatoes to immediately buy, and I like that it was super small. My oldest is going to be 5 next year, and I want to give him something to be able to take care of, and I feel like this would be something. Like, I'm sure they're going to taste really good, but also if he ruined it on accident, I won't cry, you know, like this would put me in tears and this would put me in tears, so let's not touch these, but you can have a container and it'll be these Cherry Falls cherry tomato. You know, so yeah. I also purchased, I am excited. Let's talk about this. So Jess talked a lot about white tomato, about the beefsteak tomato. I found the yellow beefsteak tomato from Dr. Weish's, and I ordered them. She talked very good things about this. It is low acid, rich in flavor, and it's a beefsteak variety. Developed by a citrus owner and doctor, this tomato was an immediate hit because of the deep tangerine colored fruits that were unimaginably large. I'll take 5 of them right now. I ordered it. I think there's only 20. Oh, I was going to say it's 15, but there's 25 seeds in there. So I'll grow a couple and I'll have some for next year. And I'm sure I will save some of those seeds. And I'm extremely ecstatic to be growing those as well. And those are all of the seeds as of right now that I have ordered. Like I said, I'm looking on Rare Seeds right now for some of their pepper plants, as well as, I think I'm going to try to just do pepper plants and maybe one other thing. I am growing other things, of course, and I have other seeds outside of these seeds. And it might seem like an excessiveness to a lot of people. Moving might be nice. We are looking into that. But even if I don't move, it sounds like, oh, less than a quarter acre to grow on. It doesn't sound like a lot, especially with people who actually have farm. But it is actually quite a bit of growing space, especially if it's not super important for it to be able to like have like other things on it. So I could really just put a ton of raised beds on here, and just, quite honestly, I could probably put enough raised beds and have walking space between the raised beds to plant one full raised bed about 5 feet by 2 or 5 foot by 3 of almost basically everything that I have seed wise in one raised bed by themselves on this little property land. So you'd be able to do nothing else but just walk through those, but you would be able to. And so it's always interesting, like it's super cool to think like what I could do with 1 or 2 acres or 1 to 3 acres. I wouldn't want more than, I think, 3 acres. I think now we're getting obnoxiously far, because at that point now I'm adding like other animals, but it's very cool to see what you can do with what feels like small property, you know, compared to other people. And probably there's definitely people who think that's a lot of property, which it's property, period. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this whole video. Let me know what tomatoes you intend to grow. What do you have your eyes on? I think a lot of people are turning to homesteading, growing your own stuff, even if it's just a couple things. Like you can have a balcony and grow the Cherry Falls a lot of cherry tomatoes are determinate. If you look for determinate tomatoes, it doesn't grow huge, and they can be grown in plant like buckets and stuff like that, and just put on your porch, left in your house next to a window. You know what I mean? And they'll grow. Now, is it going to be the most prolific thing you've ever seen? It may not be, but it will grow something. You know what I mean? Just try. Especially if you shop places like M.I. Gardner. I love M.I. Gardner because not $2 a packet. I don't think I've ever seen anything cheaper than $2 a packet. And that is regular price. Their sale, I bought seeds this year for $1.20. Yes. $1.02. Guys, that's amazing thing. And then to knock them up even higher, their freaking shipping is only $3.95. Yes. I take 15 of them right now. Thank you so much for watching this whole video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please tell me about the tomatoes that you're trying to grow. I'm definitely interested in looking at multiple different varieties. How much land do you have? Like, how much space do you have to grow on? I'd also be interested in that. Hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.